Hey, it's Tom with the Funky Little Studio. What are you guys doing? Happy November. No, that's actually December 2nd. This is going to be my October sales. I think I left you guys off at September. This is a What Sold Wednesday. But let me back up. I'm Thomas with the Funky Little Studio, full-time reseller here in Oklahoma, along with my wife, Rajeana. We've been doing it since full-time, since 2022. We've both been entrepreneurial in the past. We've both been sellers on eBay and other platforms in the past. Right now, we currently sell on eBay, Poshmark, whatnot, and I sell some stuff on Facebook Marketplace. She occasionally puts something on Mercari. But this is a What Sold Wednesday without her, a Tom edit, as I've been calling them, trying to catch up because we took like a year break. Seemed like we quit doing them before we went on our road trip last year, and we just never got back in the habit. This is going to be a month-long one. We normally do weeks at a time, 1 week at a time, not weeks at a time, 1 week at a time. Anyway, this is What Sold Wednesday, but I'm going to go back up again. I sell all the knick-knack, bric-a-brac, baseball caps, mustard packs, variety packs, hubcaps, knick-knacks, anything I can find to sell online for profit, usually. Usually we do pretty good. Some of them, it's just moving them on. Like, let them go, move them on, bad buy, held on to it too long, take an offer. But most time we do pretty good on them. She handles all the clothing, shoes, belts, hosiery, vintage lingerie. She handles some headwear too. She's doing some upcycled stuff too. She's been selling that stuff on Whatnot. She does a weekly show typically on Whatnot. There's a link below to get you $15 off your first purchase. If you sign up using our link, you get $15 to spend on whatever. Doesn't have to be with us. You can buy anything. It's a great time to do it because it's Christmas, you know. Do some Christmas shopping. October. It was kind of crazy. We've had some up and down roller coaster rides. Check out a couple shorts I made of kind of how the weeks were going. Now we're into November and now into December, and we had a really pretty good November, and December seems to be starting off strong. So What Sold Wednesday is where we show what actually went out the door. We also do Funky Finds Friday. She does some car hauling or hauls of her own. I need to get her to put some out there for me so I can edit them. Just to show you what we're buying and bringing in. Sometimes we do footage of the thrift stores. Sometimes we don't. Let me know what you like. Sometimes it's kind of tricky because some of the thrift stores we go to are small and I don't really like filming in them. Goodwill's I'm fine with, and the bins. But check out some of our other videos. If you like this kind of content, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave us a comment, ask us a question. We'll see if we can get to it. Let's get to What Sold Wednesday for the month of October. I'm going to do the whole month. And I think there was about 50 some odd sales. So if that averages like 2 a day, that's not bad. This is just my sales. Her sales are not included in this because I can't get her behind the camera right now. I don't know why. She just doesn't want to do What Sold Wednesdays. We had a lot of fun doing them, so we'll get back at it. I don't know. I don't know. Just got out of the habit. It's hard to get back in, like going to the gym. All right, first sale. I'm going to put you what it sold for, the screenshot if I can pull it up. Most of these I should still be able to pull up. And what I'm going to tell you what I paid for it at the end. I don't have it tallied up, so at the end I'll give you the totals, what we got into them, and our gross sales. It won't count fees and shipping and all that stuff, taxes, all that kind of thing. It's just going to be gross numbers, like the gross total dollar amount and what exactly I had tied up in it. Okay, here we go. First, start the October off right was a Rival ice cream bucket, just the blue bucket. I don't have one similar to this. This is a smaller version. I part these out. It was probably similar to this. It was a blue one. I part these out. I made a video on it. Check that out if you get a chance. It's the way to, parting them out is the way to go. I mean, shipping's pretty easy on most of it. The buckets and the canisters are a little bit trickier, but not too bad. This one kind of it shipped to Oklahoma. I shipped it in the original box. I didn't put an outer box in it because I thought there was really no need. It turned into kind of a fiasco. So the bucket, we didn't make a whole lot because I ended up refunding some money to her. It sold for $9.99. I ended up giving her $3 off because she was bummed that I put the label on the outside of the box. Normally I don't do that, but on this case, I'm like, it's just an ice cream maker box. If it was something collectible, I get it. But anyway, I should have just done it like I normally do it and put it on a outside box or put a poly mail around it. So I gave $4.99 for the whole system, whole ice cream maker, and that sold for $6.99. I think we've sold some other stuff on that, so that was basically pure profit. It sold for $9.99. I refunded some money to make her happy. Anyway, that's one of those things. You have some of those. It's always those little small sales that kind of turn into excitement. This is another part out item, an Oster Regency kitchen shredder disc. It's like the replacement disc that goes in your food processor. Regina just broke ours last week. I guess they get brittle, the little plastic part that goes inside the metal disc. It's like formed in there. She was getting ready for Thanksgiving and it broke. And hers is kind of an off-brand. It's Food Network. It's not an off-brand, but it's not like a Rival or an Oster, like a name brand, Cuisinart. So I couldn't find anything on eBay. I'll keep an eye out. Maybe one of those other ones will fit it. Maybe I ought to try one of ours. Anyway, the disc sold for $12.88 free shipping. I gave $7.99 for the whole system, but I've already got $28 or more in previous sales. So that was pure profit. You'll see that disc right up here. Parting out appliances. It takes time. If you have a place to store them, parting them out, some of the stuff's like the Super Shooter cookie thing, and there's just a whole Cuisinart stuff's really good. A lot of good value if you can get them cheap. 2 Browning, this is from my honey hole, 2 Browning large decals. It's like the Buckmark logo, like the deer head kind of squirrely logo. A guy bought 2 of them, but he bought them from 2 different accounts. So the shipping, I couldn't combine it. It was free shipping. I ended up combining it anyway, but one of them, he didn't get a tracking number. I called eBay. I texted eBay. I was trying to get him to combine that, and every time I do it on the thing, it said that tracking number has been used for another shipment. It was a mess. You know, eBay customer service is not great. It's hard to get a hold of anybody and hard to get help. Anyway, it went great. 2 of them, $17.99, free shipping, $1 a piece in those. So $2 into $35 basically. This is also from my honey hole. You've seen these on several What Sold Wednesdays, and I'm gonna hate it when they're gone. This and my liquid glass. McGuire's Leather Balm. Sold one on 10/2 for $30 on Posh. It was an offer. And then another one, somebody paid $34 on Posh, which was what I was asking. Those were $1 a piece. So $2 into 30, or $1 into 30 and $1 into 34 on Posh. They'll be right here. And on eBay, I have them listed for $36.88 plus shipping. I think I've bumped it up on Posh to $36. When they're gone, they're gone. So if you guys are resellers and do like leather sleeves or purses or whatever, and you want to try this out, I can give you a deal if you message me on here on this stuff. We'll work something out for a little bit better value for you. Smith & Wesson decals. I get these at my honey hole for 10 cents a piece. I sold 2 of them for $17.76, which is like $8.88 a piece. So I got 20 cents into it, and I got free shipping, but it's one of those deals I can just put a stamp on and buy the little label from eBay. Brother's texting me here, and I can get that off there. Okay, I don't know if that shows up on you guys or not. A Prairie beer goblet. I took an offer, I think, on this. $10, just a beer glass. I don't pick all these up like I used to. I've got a back pile over here of beer glasses and coffee cups. So I'm trying to like be really picky. I passed 4 of them up yesterday when we went to the Goodwill Boulevard. I'm like, I just don't want to mess with it. I already got plenty, and that some of them are better than others. $10, so gave $1 for that. Went into $10 plus shipping. Be right here. Another honey hole item, this Real Tree decal. These are also 10 cents and $7.88 free shipping. So it's a 74-cent stamp in a little manila envelope out the door. It's got limited tracking on it through eBay and USPS. Okay, that's all on that page. Getty coffee cup. I think this might have been a previous purchase, or maybe not. I can't remember if this one was or not. I think this one went to California. This Getty coffee cup, cost of goods was 99 cents. It sold for $28.89 plus shipping. This one might have went to California. I've sold some to, I think, maybe some family members, and they went to New York City. So that's kind of cool. I think I'm out. There may be one left, but I've had really good luck on these Getty oil, Getty gas coffee cups. They all have sold for 28 or 38 bucks. LSU Tigers. You've been watching the news, sports, LSU Tigers. This sold back on October 3rd. It's the fathead, like the decal you'd stick on your wall in your game room or your man cave or your kitchen, wherever you want to put it. I don't know how they roll in Louisiana. It was really cool. It had several different stickers. I'll pop it up right here. The fathead, but it's just a LSU, the college. It wasn't any sport. No, I don't think there was a football helmet on it. Maybe there was. I don't know. I gave $6 for it and took an offer for $59.88 plus shipping. That was not bad. Pretty good. McGuire's, more leather balm. 3 of them. So I got $3 into it. Sold for $110.64 plus shipping. Bam, bam, bam. Right here. Oh, when it's gone, it's gone. I'm going to hate that. Another Browning Buckmark. These are these little chrome emblems. I've got them listed a couple ways, and I need to check my stock and see what's listed and what's left. $10.99 plus shipping. It's a little chrome ABS emblem you would stick on your truck, your fridge, your toolbox, whatever. It's a 2-pack, and I've got them listed for $10.99 plus shipping or like $17.88 free shipping, and they sell both ways. $1 into that, but basically this stuff's pure profit because of previous sales from my honey hole. This was a Facebook Marketplace. I had this listed on Facebook Marketplace. It was not a personal collection thing, but I bought it at an auction. There's an auction, couple auction videos. It's on one of those. Paid $28.22, but I'm in the pure profit on this from previous sales as well. The auction I did really well on, just a bunch of small stuff. And I had it listed for $250 firm, and they came at me with a $200 offer, and it seemed legit. We met up at Quick Trip, and that's pure profit. So $200 cash, which I flipped into a shelf. Not this shelf, but a shelf from Home Depot that I needed out here. So that was a reinvestment deal. I could have kept the sign. I didn't have this sign in my collection, but I already have a Nickel Cola sign. So I wasn't necessarily attached to it, and I bought it to resell anyway. So I took an offer. I was going to stick with my $250, but they seem pretty like good people. So that was a good profit. This was for my personal collection, so the cost of goods is $0. It was a Robbie Gordon IndyCar Valvoline little sticker. I'll pop it up here. I've listed a bunch of my personal collection stickers. I just did a video on a pickup also, like a Funky Finds Friday of some stickers. Check it out. On stickers, there's some that are worth some money. You can make some money on some stickers if you can find them cheap. So it sold for $13 free shipping. Once again, it goes out with a little 78 cent USPS eBay label. Goes in an envelope. Not too bad. And then we're up to October 5th now. More liquid glass. This, I think, is the first one on here, but I sell these on my What Sold Wednesdays frequently, and this is another deal. I hate it. I'm going to hate it when it's all gone. Liquid glass auto polish. It's old, vintage, new old stock auto polish. People swear by it. I've since used some. I think I had some back in the day, and I've since used it on our cars here. It is really easy to work with. You can do it all by hand, or if you have a buffer. Anyway, 2 of them. I've got $2 a piece into them, so $4 total. Sold for $197.76 free shipping. So I have that listed the same way, a couple different ways. Plus shipping, free shipping. They bought the free shipping version. I think the shipping cost me like $9. $197.76 out of $4. Not too bad. This was an international sale. Vintage Phillips 66 acrylic like coffee cup or mug. It's acrylic. I took an offer or sent an offer, $29.16 plus shipping. Cost of goods was $2.99, so $2.99 into $29, not bad. Had it listed a little bit higher than that. It was international, so they got to pay shipping and all the stuff, and so that's why when I saw it was international, I went ahead and took the offer. They got it. It's great, great day. New Orleans, excuse me. New Orleans, I got marble. It's kind of that, you've seen them before, coffee mug. It's got that granite look with like marbling in it. 99 cents $14.98 plus shipping. This is one of my little Bolo bread and butter items. 2023-2025 Subaru license plate bracket that goes on the front. Oklahoma doesn't require you to run a state license plate on the front, so I pick these up a lot here at thrift stores, and I usually give $1 to $2 for them. This one I got $2 wrote down. $26.88 plus shipping. They're just a little black. I don't have one laying here handy. Little black brackets. They're kind of unassuming, and in Goodwill's they usually mark them 99 cents or $1.99. I found them elsewhere too, but I hate to keep telling you guys these little secrets, but if you see them at your local thrift store, unless it's in Tulsa area, save those for me. But pick them up. They do sell. IKEA wine rack. We have one of these. I think we have another one that's stashed back, but I picked this up for $2.20 is what I have written down. Just because I know we gave way more than that for ours. It sold for $14.88 plus shipping. Not bad, not bad. Right here will be the listing, the sold listing. Budweiser OU Sooners pint glass. I took an offer on this one. Cost of goods 75 cents. What I have in it sold for $12.70 plus shipping. I think I sent the offer on that one. $12.70 plus shipping out of 75 cents. Harley Davidson license plate. This is also from my honey hole. I've got $1 into them, but we're well into the pure profit on these. $14.88 free shipping. I've got those listed a couple different ways. I've got them on Posh. I got them on eBay. There's 2 different ways on eBay listed. Free shipping plus shipping. This was an air climber direction book, like a little book that came with your air climber. I don't even know what it looks like. Air climber thing. I think of like the Price is Right guy that's going up the hill. Air climber. That guy. What's he called? What's that Price is Right guy? You know what I'm talking about? You know, cliffhanger, cliff diver, whatever he's called. This came in a 6-second abs box with the 6-second abs that I part those out, but it had an air climber direction in it. So I'm like, okay. So I'm gonna count that as 0, because that's not why I bought it. The 6-second abs, I part those out, and it sold for $8.99 free shipping. Once again, goes in that little envelope for the 74 or 78 cents. This one was cool. A vintage GE clock radio with like multiple antenna inputs. So I guess you could hook up an external antenna and pick up radio stations that you may not be able to pick up on a normal clock radio if it just has that little wire or a little extended antenna. So you had some options there to hook up different routing of an antenna. And I gave $2.99 for this thing, and it sold for an offer of $66 plus shipping. It also went international, and the guy was super happy to have it. So that makes me happy. It made him happy, and I found it a good home. So $2.99 into $66 plus shipping. This was a find at a swap meet that I bought for me, I thought, but when I got back home, I checked. It was going to be the wrong size, and I'd already bought 2 for my car. It's a trunk support for a 46 or 42 to 48 Ford, but it's for the sedan, not the coupe. What I have behind this wall of totes is a 46 Ford coupe. I gave $2.50 for this, and it sold for $88.88 plus shipping. Luckily, I knew what it was. I knew the guy I was buying it from just wanted to get rid of it. He offered it to me for $2.50, or I bought some other things. It was like $5 for all of it, or $10 for all of it. So I got $2.50 wrote down, and that's basically what I had into it. And it sold for $88.88 plus shipping. Just one of them. So if I'd had both, I could have doubled my money. He only had one. It's going to Chile. It's another international sales. So evidently there's a car culture in Chile. Did not know that. I like international sales because international sales, once eBay has it in their possession, it's not your worry. And it's not scary. Go ahead and do it. International sales, turn it on. This is also from my honey hole. Browning Mossy Oak license plate frame. $1 into $13.99 plus shipping. most all this honey hole, if I say honey hole, most of it's all pure profit. It's all been paid for by the liquid glass or the leather balm. So all these other little things, it's like I have $0 into them because of previous sales. Here's another leather balm, $1 into $36.88 plus shipping. Where are we at? Okay, we're up to about midway. I think I said there's 50 some odd items. Heath Zenith wood door chime, $4.99 into $39.99 plus shipping. Right here it is, right here. Like a old school wood chime or door chime you put on your hallway when you ring your doorbell, it goes off. I picked that up. It took a while to sell, but I would buy another one of those. That's a pretty good deal. Stainless steel cross emblem, $16.99 plus shipping. I think this was the one I had like a super low ball offer, and the guy was jabbering saying, I can get this somewhere else for $7. I'm like, well, then that's probably where you need to get it. And he was full of baloney because the other place didn't have them for $7. It had it listed for $7, but it said item out of stock. Anyway, long story short, it sold a week or so later for exactly what I was asking for it, not his low ball offer. So sometimes you just gotta, sometimes people, you know, they just like, if you send me an offer, send me a decent offer. If you send me a low ball offer, don't expect to get it for that. I mean, unless I'm just wanting to get rid of it. I'll counter typically, but I'm not gonna, if you send a low ball offer, I'm not gonna counter what I normally would have countered if you would have sent a decent offer. What are you guys' thoughts? How do you handle your offers and your low ball offers? Because sometimes the low ballers are just trolls. This guy wasn't necessarily a troll, but it's like, you're full of it, and I knew it. More leather balm. I don't want to be that way, but that's the truth. I wanted to respond and say, hey, it sold for full price, but I didn't. Okay, leather balm. Two of them. One sold for $36.88 and one sold for $34.88 plus shipping. Was that the same person or I just wrote it down? I think it sold on the same day. Two different people. This was I had this listed complete, and I'm like, you know what, just part it out. A Lumex alternating pump. So it's like if you have somebody that's bedridden and you put this air mattress thing underneath them, and it's got a little pump that it fluctuates the air and the pressures. I bought this a couple years ago for the whole thing for $14.99. I had the whole thing listed. It wasn't selling. That's when I decided to part it out, and immediately the pump sold for $27.88 plus shipping. So, when in doubt, part it out. That's what Kevin says. Yahtzee deluxe dice set. This was brand new in the box. I think, if this is what I'm thinking of. Picked this up at the bins. If it wasn't brand new, it was like brand new. We're in the pure profit on that bins haul. $15.87 plus shipping. They'll be right here. It's the deluxe dice, the gold, like heavier quality dice. Anyway, pure profit on that. $15.87 plus shipping. A Bell metal chain license plate frame. These are, I don't know why they say Bell on them. I always think of helmets, but these are from my honey hole. Cost of goods, $1, $17.89. Free shipping right here. Another leather balm, $36.88 plus shipping. Another leather balm, $36.88 plus shipping. So where are we at? Okay, here we go. This was a Facebook Marketplace deal. I didn't want to ship this. It was brand new, or not new old, but brand new in the box. It was a Dallas Cowboy neon clock. Super cool. It had double neon. The clock was battery operated. The neon you had to plug in. I almost wanted to keep it for the garage and take off the Dallas Cowboys, like maybe take it apart and stick something else on it. I'm like, no, you'll never get to that. So I didn't do it. I put it on Facebook Marketplace for $100. Sold for $80 cash. Like, that was, I'm fine with that. $5.99 is what I gave for it. Tapestry, this was a bad buy. It's like a commodity item. I think we gave, I don't even think, it was back when we first started buying stuff, and we bought it at one of those bin stores for $2. It sold for $10.86, free shipping. It's neat, but it's not worth, I wouldn't pick another one of those up. Not worth it. Took forever to sell because there's too many of them out there. All right. So you're gonna get sick of hearing this, but it makes my heart warm to see all this because you kind of forget how many you sold. And I need to look because I'm like, okay, I'm getting close. I might have to bump the price up a little bit more. McGuire's leather balm, another one, $36.88 plus shipping. $1 into that. but it's pure profit. On, like the On Cloud, the shoes, the kind of an up-and-coming brand in the last 5 years or whatever. This was from the bins, and we're in the pure profit. So if I had anything into it, it was like $1.06, but really it's pure profit. I took an offer for $15 free shipping. Didn't make a lot of money on that because the shipping was probably $5. But anyway, that's pure profit. So the dollar doesn't even count. Another leather balm, $73.76. They bought 2 of them. And that shipped to Miami, but it looked like it was going to Honduras or something. I can't remember what made me believe that. I think maybe the account was out of Honduras, but somebody in Miami bought it. $73.76 plus shipping, so I had $2 into that. USS Dewey hat. I think Rajeana picked this up. It was a bunch of hats that she had bought. This was really cool. Vintage hat with the call out and logos on it. $22. That was an offer plus shipping. I've got down to $1.99. She may not have even given that for that because she bought a whole bunch of hats a couple years ago. A Halloween costume mask. This was a local deal on the dollar auction thing that I've talked about in the past. They sold for $11 and we had $12 in them. We just wanted them gone. I'm just glad they're gone. Another McGuire's leather balm, $34 on Posh, $1 here. Harley Davidson license plate. Took an offer for $12 free shipping. Once again, I have $1 in them, but really they're pure profit. So yeah, took it. These are cool. New old stock Chevy bow tie mud flaps. I have these in Ford also. $2 into them and $44 plus shipping. It's the old rubber mud guards that you stick on your car. Some of these are worth a ton of money. If you get the right ones that are vintage, these are okay, but the older ones with the Yosemite Sam and some of the older logos and stuff on there are worth big money. I'll try to pop up a couple comps right here of the ones that are have sold that I've found just looking these up. Mine sold for $44 plus shipping, and that was a set of 4. Normally I sell them also in a sets of 2, but anyway, 2 or 4. This was cool. Mid-century modern, kind of like ashtray. This was free. I went to take the stuff to the recycle depot, and there was a couple, 2 or 3 different glass items that somebody just, like, they wanted to get rid of it, but they couldn't bear with throwing it in the big dumpster with the glass because it's going to break, and they had them laying there, and it was just perfect timing when I pulled up. I'm like, oh, that's cool. It was this cool ashtray which sold to a prop shop in Austin, Texas. I thought that was cool. It didn't bring any money really. $5.25. It was an offer. I took it plus shipping, but also sold like a trying to think what else was there. I think a little boat ashtray thing, or was that it? Anyway, there was a couple ashtrays and a Skin So Soft, vintage Avon Skin So Soft bottle, which I think already sold. I don't know that I can pop it up here. But these were all 3 free items because somebody just didn't want to throw them away. And I got there just in time. Just happened onto them. A Pyrex lid, 648C. Cost of goods was $1.59. It sold for $9.98 plus shipping. I've kind of cut back on picking these up. There's some that are worth some decent money. One of these totes has got a whole bunch of glass and a whole bunch of lids in it. And I'm like, I've got plenty. I've passed several up lately. Unless it's like a quarter, I'll gamble on it. Oh, Ouray, Colorado Brewery. Pint glass, $10.69. It was an offer. I had 99 cents, but we were well into the profit on those. $10.69 plus shipping. It was kind of a cool, colorful pint glass. That's another thing. It has to be really special for me to pick it up right now. I've got so many. I sold a ton, but I've got so many that its storage is starting to be a problem with those. Those and coffee cups. It has to be special. Like that, I'd pick those Getty coffee cups up again. Wood Brothers NASCAR Sit-Go sticker. This was from my personal collection. $7.99 plus shipping. And that was a counter offer. I think I'd sent an offer and he countered back at $7.99. Like, yeah, you can have it. I've had it for 30 years. I've never stuck it on anything. You can have it. We're almost there. Phillips 66 insulated tumbler. Took an offer on this, $17.99 plus shipping. Cost of goods was 75 cents. Not bad. A Tupperware bacon keeper. I bought like 4 big, large, huge and a tote, I think. Came with a tote and like 3 bags or whatever of Tupperware a couple summers ago at a garage sale that I happened onto. And so when I counted it all up, my cost of goods is like 40 cents an item. That includes every item. And there's probably some extras I didn't even count, like the little small stuff that I need to go back through it. Some of that stuff's got some value. So this, not huge money, but 40 cents, but we're well into the profit. $8.87 plus shipping, made somebody's day. A Bird Buddy kit. This is a kit that goes on your Bird Buddy, which is that little bird feeder with a camera to feed the birds. It's like it had extra little things that you could put on this. I really don't know how it works, but it is an accessory basically to the actual bird. It wasn't the actual birdhouse. I'll pop the birdhouse up here and kind of show you. Not sponsored, but hit me up, Bird Buddy. They look really cool. It's a camera that hooks up to it or is built into it, and then you have, I guess, an app on your phone or whatever. And so when a bird pops in, I guess it alerts you. I don't know how it works. I really don't know. But this was a little extra add-on kit to feed different kinds of birds. I gave $2.99 for this Bird Buddy kit. I think that was a Goodwill, and it sold on Posh. I took an offer for $29 on Posh, and I took it. Yeah, so $2.99 and the $29. Not bad. This was from one of my totes that I had packed in there right before we were going on vacation. Kind of forgot about it and thought I need to pull this stuff and get it listed. I've been listing a whole bunch of stuff. You'll have to watch my other videos on that. But this was a saddlebag support, like chrome saddlebag supports for a, was it a Yamaha? It was not a Harley, but it was probably almost universal. They're just those little chrome arms that bolt on the side of your bike, and then you put your saddlebags on there, and it keeps them from rubbing into your back tire. Cost of goods on that was $2.98, and it sold in like, I don't know, overnight. Like, it sold really fast. So I had it $38.88 plus shipping. I tried to be competitive, but maybe I was too low. I don't know, but I was fine with that. Move the stuff, and plus it had been sitting here for a year, kind of forgotten about, kind of like a death pile thing. Homeco, like that, is that Home Interiors? Homeco, little fawns. This was cost of goods at $1, but we're well into the pure profit on these. These have been here a long time. Back when I first started doing this, I took an offer for $5 just to get them going. They're fragile, and I don't want them to get broke, and made somebody's day on that. And we were in the pure profit. So $5 plus shipping. They were cute. They're really cute. This is also from my honey hole, a Bully Ford hitch cover. The little cover that goes in your hitch receiver. Cost of goods is $1. Like I said, pure profit. $29.88 free shipping. Yahtzee, the little dice shaker cup, little plastic shaker cup. Sent an offer on that. Cost of goods for the whole Yahtzee game was 99 cents. I parred them out. The cup by itself sold for $8.97 free shipping. This is a fuel door cover, Bully, from my honey hole. Cost of goods $1, well into the profit. $29.87 free shipping. It's a little gas door cover. This one didn't lock or anything, just a accessory, kind of plush it up, fix up your car, your truck. Coleman, the burner assembly for a Coleman stove, little cook stove. I bought this at the Goodwill. It was 25% off, so I gave $11.24. It was missing the fuel part, and so I thought, well, I can part it out, and it's been okay. We've sold 2 things, so I know we're into the profit on it because the first one sold for more than this. But the burner assembly sold for $15.98 plus shipping. And we still have the windbreak left. I'm trying to think the grate. The grate sold. That covered the cost and made a little bit of profit on the cooking grate. And then this burner assembly is pure profit, basically. And where are we at? That was it. That is it. I think that was actually November. So got you all the way to November. What I'll do now is I'll put somewhere on here, maybe cover my face up, because I haven't tallied it up yet. I'll put my cost of goods, what I gave for the items, down here, and then right above it, I'll put my gross sales numbers. So you can see what I paid, what we made for 1 month. These are just my sales. Regina's are separate, or they're on the same account, but on eBay. But these are just my sales, and what we'll do is we'll try to get her back in the studio for a What Sold Wednesday by the week, because that puts us into November. So maybe I can start in November and we can do our weeklies, and we'll be a little bit behind, or we can do 2 a week. I hope you guys like this kind of content. If you do, hit the like button, be sure and subscribe, leave me a comment, tell me about your lowball offer that it's crazy, or tell me a good story or a great find or something like you find. If you have a honey hole that you get a whole lot of stuff at, like multiple quantities, I want to hear it. Share the information. Hit the like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Thanks for watching. It's a winter wonderland out here.